Hello, peeps. Yes, week number 4 gone. It seems like it's gone by quite quickly. Certainly for me, anyway. What was it? 22nd of March that we began, and here we are, 22nd of April. So 4 weeks gone. Are we any the wiser with regard to who it is who's going to win this thing? I don't think so. Anyway, yeah, we'll get to that. Let's look back at game week number 4. Now, game week number 4, happy week for me, I must say. And the reason it is because the bowlers have continued to hold sway. In fact, something else came up during this past week, and it was, I won't say it's a re-emergence, but it's a return of using the Yorker as an ultimate weapon. There's a couple of reasons for that. And the first reason is because a guy who is very much the contender for Star of the Week, he used it, and that's Mitchell Starc I'm talking about. What a game that was. 188. Should have got there. Rajasthan Royals and Delhi Capitals looked out of it. And then, even in kind of 18th over, he bowled quite nicely, actually, with taking the pace off. And that's where he gets rid of Nitish Rana, who's going, so he's batting so well, actually, for Rajasthan Royals. But they managed to somehow contrive to lose that because of the brilliance of Mitchell Starc. Over number 20, has to defend 9, doesn't get it wrong. I think if he does, he gets 1 Yorker wrong. That's unbelievable, man. And the reverse swing as well, magic, just magic. We love to see it. It's meant during the course of the week that many more bowlers have gone there when they've kind of found themselves in a scenario where they have to defend, where they might be running into trouble, where they don't have many runs to play with. That Yorker's come back. I say reverse swing. I mention it because, yeah, there's also been chat during the week about, use saliva, don't use saliva. Of course, you're allowed to use it again. Remember back then it was taken away because of COVID, and so the spread, and everybody was coming back to play. And what was quite a normal and kind of instinctive sort of thing for bowlers, where when they're bowling, some would use saliva and put it on the ball and shine it, it became a no-no. You couldn't do it, and so I had to think and train yourself to make sure that you didn't. Now that it's allowed again, there's some bowlers who say, well, I didn't remember that we could use it, so I haven't been using it. But it's allowed now. So it's being used. The ball gets scratched on these hard pitches, got no grass and anything, and you can kind of weight the one side, which then makes it heavier and makes it dip and drop and go the other way, so to speak. So, yeah, fantastic. It's brilliant that it's being used. I'm so happy that it's not just a case of stand there for the batters at the back end, and if bowlers bowl in line with the stumps and at them, then they just disappear at the ground if they miss at all, even by a minuscule bit. But now, because there's the swing and the drop, with reverse swing, it's not so easy because it takes the ball away from the middle of the bat. You still got to execute. You still got to get it absolutely spot on. If you don't get it spot on, you will disappear because these guys are good with their range hitting and with their six hitting, so to speak. Brilliant. Avesh Khan also used it. He did particularly well for LSG. Sadly, it was against Rajasthan Royals again. So they were done twice in the week. I don't know how much of a dent that puts in their hopes of even qualifying, because I think that's going to be pretty difficult to come back from. A couple of games that they should have won, really were on their way to winning, and then right at the very end fell over. One in a super over where minds jumbled, and from selection of who should be in there to how they go about it in the end and end up with just 11 and kind of bamboozled by Mitchell Starc again. Yeah, to the next time when they just fail against Avesh Khan, who bowled well too, by the way. Can they resurrect their season? Can they get back on track? They've got all the tools, but it just looked like something is missing. It's kind of not quite gelling. Anyway, that's one team that I'm saying is struggling. I might go on to the rest of them. CSK, yeah, MS Dhoni at the helm. I said it was wonderful. Everybody would have loved that. That's the case. They've just recruited David Brevis. Maybe they can use him, and let's see if he can lengthen that batting order. A youngster as well, Matre. I watched him and thought, phew, he's also only like 17. And he batted quite nicely first time out. Good to see. And yet still they won one of them in the week and lost the other. They don't look good. I mean, we're halfway. CSK 8 games, have got 4 points. They've got to win the rest of their games to give themselves a chance. I think that's difficult. And MS Dhoni came out and said you've got to sort of arrive at 11. That's going to be good for next year. I think that's an indictment, isn't it? Yes, there's still a whole lot to play for, and you still can't give up the ghost until the very end, you know? But, yeah, it's not looking so good for them. It's not looking so good for SRH as well. I know they can go on a run, but they're struggling. The good thing for them is they've played one game less than CSK. They have 4 points, but they've played 7 games. So they still have 7 games. And if they win, 6 out of 7, then they're in with a big shout. 7 out of 7, can they do that? I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Hey, never say never. That's what I say. But from finalists now looking like they're struggling with this powerhouse side that can whack the ball to all parts, particularly when they play at home. When they don't play at home, it seems it's a struggle. There's a team that's struggling at home, and that's RCB. They've got lots of runs, and their bowlers are fantastic. When you take everybody away from there, they seem to be able to put enough runs on the board. They've batted first 3 times at Chinnaswamy, and it's a struggle for them. They generally, you'd say, are going okay, but they've got to go and play these other, 4 games I think they have at home. So, yeah, that's going to be tough. Let's say they win 2 of them. 2 out of the 4? 3 out of the 4? I don't know. They're up close to the top. They've got 10 points already. So, yeah, they need, realistically, to make sure of things, you want to make sure that you win 8, 9 games for sure, right? 9 games for sure. 9 out of 14. That's what they've got to do. So for them, they've played 8 and they've won 5. So they need 4 more victories from 7 games. No, 6 games. From 6 games, yeah. Can they? Will they? I could be saying the same thing for many teams. LSG seem to be contriving to kind of lose games. They look good. They started with a bang. You look at their players, the power they have, and Markram is going well, and Marsh, who was at the beginning, and you expect he'll come good again. Nicholas Pooran smashing it to all parts. Yeah, they look okay, but somehow contriving to lose. Where are they? They're middle of the table. Yeah, they've also got 10 points. The team that's going well is Gujarat Titans. No big stars, greater than the sum of their parts, you might say. And going nicely. Skipper Gill, Sudarshan with him going nicely. Go to somewhere. Wow, they've got Josh Butler. The boss Butler is fantastic. Seems just to be coming into form in the right time. They've got 12 points already. You've also got Rutherford there down the bottom, making an impact every time as a finisher, comes in and he's facing 20 balls, kind of, maybe even less actually, on average, and making an impact. So nice. They're going quite nicely. Then they're bowling. What they want is for Rashid Khan to come to the fore because the others are going quite nicely. Prasid Krishna, he leads the leading wicket takers stakes and is going quite nicely. You also have Rashid Khan, who they want to bowl better. But Siraj, fantastic. Sai Kishore, really good with the left arm spin. Looking like a nice side. Who else? Punjab. Yeah, you'd be happy with Punjab. You'd be happy with Delhi. MI, Mumbai Indians, my goodness. Rohit Sharma with some runs. I think they're not so good in terms of their new ball bowlers aren't going as well as they would like. Deepak Chahar and Trent Bolt. Maybe it's more Trent Bolt than Deepak, because the expectation and what they've become accustomed to is that every first over you get somebody out and away we go. It's kind of a song that you sing wherever he plays when it's 2020 cricket. So that he's not quite doing that makes everybody feel like he's kind of off color. But perhaps it's a case also of people kind of making sure that they protect their wicket against him early doors. So there's some sort of job he's doing. It has not been as economical as I'm saying, though. So he'll want to kind of step up as they move along. What they do have, who they do have, is Bumrah. Bumrah back, I think, makes a big difference. I think right at the start of the season, they said if he plays more than half the games, I think they'll be good. And they seem to be going in the right direction. His performance this past week was good, couple of wickets, but not many runs. And yeah, looking very much like boom boom once again. And if they can get that batting order going, wonderful partnership, Sky and Rohit, to win in the week. So yeah, looking okay, looking like they're going in the right direction. Not there yet, not sure if they'll get there, but that's the beauty of it all. Who haven't I spoken about? KKR. Oh man, they look like I keep saying the ingredients are there, but they look like a side that's kind of crumbling, not quite putting it together. You like week after week, I've gone, yeah, they don't really need to worry. They just need to get this going, and if they get it going, then they'll be okay. Yep, once again, not so. They've played 8 games. They've got 6 points. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You wouldn't hang your hat on them, would you? You wouldn't say, yep, these guys are the guys. They'll be good. Nah, it's just some, and I don't know what it is. Just something. That's not quite there. We'll see. I guess it's the beauty of it. Here's a question for you. What were you doing when you were 14 years old? Can you remember? I don't know. Some of you watching might be 14 years old. But here's a young fella, vibe of Suryavanshi, who gets a go for Rajasthan Royals and opens the batting and walks in, and first ball he faces, poof, out the ground for 6. Man, like, goodness gracious. All these youngsters, they just keep turning up here in IPL. I won't say out of nowhere, because he's been spoken about, he's been written about, he's played for India under 19, he's played against Australia A, and he's done well in all of those, so he's kind of not next big thing, but next cab off the rank sort of thing with regard to these youngsters who are doing so well. To call him a youngster, it says, what, 14 and 23 days, I think he is, something like that. Man. I just, when I was 14, I think, yeah, probably would go and watch internationals somewhere, would play in your under 14 team or under 15 team, whatever it was, at school. You know? I don't know. Let me know what you think about it. That's incredible. And kudos to him. Kudos to him, his family, his coaches, all of them, to kind of see them through to this point. It's magnificent. It's absolutely great to watch. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. The other thing to speak about that went on in game week 4 is a game of 111, a score of 111 first innings, winning a game, 111 in 20 overs. It's absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. Punjab Kings, on a pitch that kind of held up a little bit, turned a bit, it just felt, they had botched it. 111, they came out, it all needed to go according to plan. It didn't quite, actually. 2 down for 7, Kolkata Knight Riders. They must get there, you get everybody talking about win it in 14.1, and you go from 5th at the time to 1st, because it's a bit of a logjam, right? And in the table. Nope, not to be. 95 all out. Just magic. These low scores, man, they can produce some fantastic games. I I don't know that you'd ever dream of that you'd feel that you could defend 111. It's another thing, another reason. You know, I said about Rajasthan Royals, can they come back from the two losses that have been so close where they're on the brink of winning and then we're undone? One by Yorkers, other one also by Yorkers, by Avesh Khan and by Mitchell Starc. For Kolkata Knight Riders, similar sort of thing, right? Here you are, you're supposed to win, and you somehow don't manage to do it. You get bowled out for 95 when your bowlers have done so well to keep it to 111, and you bat 20 overs, you win that game, they go bowled out. Can they recover from that? And subsequently went and kind of lost at home, kind of made a hash of chasing 200, well behind as well. So maybe going in the wrong direction. There are a few teams that are going in the wrong direction. But hey, such is life. They've got to kind of get back on the bike pretty quickly, try and make sure they get everybody going in the right direction pretty quickly. Otherwise, it might well be curtains. What else is there? Top run getters, Sudarshan, Puran, Butler, Surya Kumar Yadav, Kohli, Jaiswal, Gill, Markram, and Rahane. And 10th is KL Rahul. As I kind of went down the list there, and I was thinking, oh, GT. I got like 3 people there, I think. Yeah, that's why they're going well. That's why they're top of the table. And if you look also at the wicket takers, they're in that too. They've got 3 people there too. Prasidh Krishna, Sai Kishore, and Mohammad Siraj. 3 of them doing well. So it's looking very much like GT going nicely. But things can change, right? Who are your 4? I keep asking that. Who are the 4? Who looks like they're going to get there? Who's going to contrive to not get there? Haven't looked so good. I don't know. What's left? Star of the week. I think I said it right at the start, didn't I? Absolutely no doubt in my mind. Mitchell Starc, Australian legend, was fantastic for over number 20. Defended 9. They could only get 8. So there was a super over. And in the super over, managed to restrict them to 11. Brilliant. So, yep, Mitchell Starc, kudos to you. And well done also on bringing it all back, because all the bowlers have taken your lead. Not all, most. Have certainly got it in their minds, and those who have it in their armory are using it. And thank goodness the ball is reversing as well. I said maybe after week 1 that some were asking about whether 300 would be scored. I am so grateful that that's not happening. I'll leave you with that. Okay, catch you next time.